Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome. And welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for February 10th, 2021. Now, overall, man, this is a great show. A great show, fun matches. It To me, it was just an entertaining show. It was just an entertaining show. You know, I absolutely love the main event. The main event was the best part of the show. But anyway, so yeah, this is the AEW Dynamite review on the Ryan Awesome Show for February 10th, 2021. And now, before I get into the review, before I get to the review, if you're new here, or if you haven't done this already, hit the thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. And that way, you'll become an awesome one. And you'll be the first ones to know when my next video will come out. So make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. So yeah. Anyway, we started off the show, and it was for the TNT Championship match. It was Joey Janella, the bad boy, versus the TNT champion, Darby Allin. So yeah, we started off this match. They were going back and forth with technician moves. We had a front suplex to Darby Allin on a ring apron from Joey Janela, followed up by an elbow suicida. So it was a tope suicida turned into an elbow strike. And we had Janela, he takes control of the match. We had at one point Janela, he puts his fingers in Darby Allin's mouth like a fish hook. And so yeah, and then Darby he targets Janela's arm. We had a tope suicida to Joey Janela. So Darby Allin, he delivers a tope suicida of his own. And we had Darby Allin, he locks in a submission move. It looked like an arm bar. And then Janela, he bites the bottom rope. He bites the bottom rope to break up the submission move. And then we had a German suplex to Darby Allin from midair, followed up by a super kick. And Allin, he kicks out. And then we had a stunt dog millionaire to Joey Janela. Janela kicks out. We had a power driver to Darby Allin, a move that you never see. A power driver from Joey Janela to Darby Allin. Allin kicks out. We had an avalanche code red to Janela. Janela kicks out. And then Darby, at one point he dropped Janela on his arm. And then right after that, we had Darby Allin, he goes on the top rope and give Joey Janela a coffin drop. And so yeah, he delivers the coffin drop. Allin goes for the cover, 1, 2, 3. And Darby Allin, he wins. He wins the match. So Darby Allin wins the match and is still the TNT champion. So yeah, this is a great match. Great match to start the show. Great back and forth between Janela and Darby. You know, with these wrestling shows, you need to start off a show with a great match. And this was a great match to start off the show. And so yeah, right after this, we had Jon Moxley. We had a video from Jon Moxley. He talks about the Falls Count Anywhere match later on tonight in the main event. And so this is what he got to say.
One and only Jon Moxley. Kenta has been calling me out for months from across an ocean, walking around with a stupid little briefcase, talking trash, looking like a dork. So what happened last week was no surprise to me. What happened? Did Kenny Omega and Kenta connect on some Bullet Club Facebook group? No, what I think happened is Kenta realizes the time for cheap talk is now over. And if he wants this, he's going to have to get it done in the ring on February 26th. Me and Kenta are going to stand eye to eye, toe to toe, mano a mano. Two of the hardest hitting, nastiest suckers in the game are going to unload on each other. A war of attrition until one man can't stand up anymore. On February 26th, I'm going to dump you on your head. But that's a sanctioned match for the IWGP United States Championship. Tonight, sanction, not so much. Tonight, I team with a man who's tried to kill me multiple times, Lance Archer, against two guys with a common interest: to take me off the board. Good luck with that, dudes. Tonight is just for fun. One of the biggest main events we've ever had.
So yeah, that was it from Jon Moxley. He has the IWGP United States Championship on his shoulder. And so yeah, this is the first time that a New Japan Pro Wrestling Championship showed up on Dynamite. The championship itself showed up on Dynamite. So yeah, Jon Moxley is the IWGP United States Champion, and he'll be fighting KENTA. He'll be fighting KENTA for the championship. He'll be defending the championship against KENTA on February 26th, a day after my birthday. So it's gonna be a birthday present to me. And so yeah, right after this we had Sammy Guevara. We had a video that was backstage. It was Sammy Guevara, and he confronts MJF about what happened last week. So this is what happened.
I watched last week. I know exactly what you're doing.
See, you keep alluding to this week after week, so let me hear it.
Max, I know you're trying to take over the inner circle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. It's obvious.
Yes.
Come on, every single week you make
It's
it obvious and obvious more and
It's
more.
obvious. You know what, Sammy? You know what I think? When I first got into the inner circle, at first I thought this was just childish, petty rivalry from you because, let's face it, I thought you were jealous, Sammy. And why wouldn't you be? I mean, you were the apple of Chris Jericho's eye. And then in I walk and the sex gods dies and MJF's the new favorite. But then I realized, Sammy, something much more sinister than that. No, it's not jealousy. I think you hate Chris Jericho. I think you hate his guts. I think you hate the fact that you have to play second fiddle to him. You feel you should be the front man, front and center. Sammy Guevara. I think you're upset because you want to take over the inner circle.
Right. Okay, Max, you figured me out. I'm trying to take over the inner circle, right? I hate Chris Jericho. Right, is that what you want to hear?
Actually, Sammy, that is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, they recorded.
Hey, what are you doing, man? That's my phone.
Are you recording me?
Are you nuts? What are you doing?
Oh, smashed his phone and he punched him in his stomach. So yeah, MJF, he tried to set Sammy Guevara up by recording him. So, dude, that didn't make any sense. It didn't make no sense at all. Like, dude, they already had a camera rolling in the back. Like the cameraman, the person that recorded this, you know, the word was gonna get out anyway. So I don't know what MJF tried to accomplish, but yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. You know, Inner Circle is slowly breaking up as the weeks go by. And so yeah, right after this we had a match. It was a tag team match. It was Pretty Peter Avalon and Cezar Bononi versus Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson of the Nightmare Family with Arn Anderson in their corner. So yeah, we had Arn Anderson, his son. His son is at ringside. I forget his name. His name was, I think it was Brock or something like that. Brock Armstrong. I mean, not Brock Armstrong. Brock Anderson. And yeah, he gives a fist bump to Cody Rhodes. And Brock, he looks just like his dad. Looks exactly like Arn Anderson. And so yeah, we started off the match with Avalon and Cody Rhodes. You know, Cody Rhodes, he goes right after Avalon. You know, not taking him lightly because the last time that was in the ring, you know, Cody Rhodes, he took Peter Avalon lightly. So this time he didn't take him lightly. And then right after that we had Bononi. He blindsides Lee Johnson. You know, Lee Johnson, he was in this match. He delivered a drop kick to Avalon. And then we had a pump handle follow-away slam to Cody Rhodes from Cezar Bononi. So, you know, that move that Bononi had delivered to Cody Rhodes, he landed on his arm. So he injured his arm, quote unquote. He injured his arm, so the arm was the focus of the match. And so we had a double team move to Cody Rhodes from Avalon and Bononi. We had a hot tag to Johnson. He delivered a corkscrew over the top rope onto Bononi. And then we had a fisherman's neckbreaker to Avalon from Johnson. And then Avalon, he tries to go for his finishing move, the Martini. And so Lee, he moves out of the way and rolls up Peter Avalon for the win for the 1-2-3. And so Lee Johnson and Cody Rhodes, they win the match. And Lee Johnson, he got his first win. His first pinfall victory on AEW Dynamite. His first win, period, on Dynamite. And so, yeah, this is a great match. A fun match. Great showing from Lee Johnson. And, yeah, he grabs the mic. Lee Johnson, he grabs the mic. He says that the Rhodes family, the Nightmare family, is his family. And that they taught him, the Rhodes family, they taught him that, as long as he put in the work, it always pays off in the end. And so, yeah, that was it from Lee Johnson and his celebration. And so, yeah, right after this, we had a backstage interview with the Young Bucks. Dasha Gonzalez, she interviews the Bucks, and she asks them about what happened last week in that battle royal, that tag team battle royal from last week. And so, yeah, this is what the Bucks had to say about this.
AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks. Now, gentlemen, last week during the Tag Team Battle Royal, MJF and Chris Jericho were victorious, earning a future title opportunity. Unfortunately, you two were eliminated pretty early on. What happened last week?
Well, let's just ask these guys.
Why don't we ask these guys what happened?
The Good Brothers.
How about that number last week, boys? 844,000 to what? A measly little 610. The Good Brothers.
It was good.
The Good Brothers did that.
Let's talk about the battle. Yeah, can we address that?
Yeah. Too sweet of Tony Khan, too.
Let's address the problem. You guys interrupted me. I get distracted. Boom.
You
outside
idiots! If we won the battle royal, we got to pick anybody. It was going to be you. It was going to be the Good Brothers versus the Young Bucks at Revolution, the Bull Club Dream match.
Guys,
you blew it.
Listen, our heat is with the private party. We were out there to distract them. It's not with you
Private
boys.
Shardy and Impact Wrestling's No Surrender on February 13th. We didn't mean to mess things up for you.
Yeah, and who's their heat with, though?
Inner Circle.
Santana, Ortiz. They eliminated you, brother.
That's true. And MJF and Brother Jericho doing the Young Bucks pose, the pose that built your net worth and your big ass mansion.
You're right.
That pissed me off.
Google your net worth.
I'm fired up, and what if, Nick? What if I said I didn't want to wait until Revolution to defend these titles?
Oh, yeah, now we're talking.
Hear me out.
I like that.
What if I said next week we defend these titles?
I smell a big number. I smell a big number.
Santana and Ortiz are a top-ranked tag team. We can make this happen.
Yeah.
How about next week? Young Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz for these.
Okay.
I'm fired up.
I like that.
You guys like that?
I like that.
Ratings monsters.
Okay.
Right here. Throw it up.
I think the demo is going to be great. Too sweet me.
Can we, like Stings around the corner? Can we just do this like in the back when it's just us? It's just our thing. We're not embarrassed. It's just like our thing. We do on the
Sting's a wolf pack.
I know, it's a lot.
I'll do it.
Red and black, brother.
Stinger. Next week.
Stinger, you too
Next
sweet
week.
baby?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was it from the Bucks. And they challenged Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz of the Inner Circle, to a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships next week. And I was like, yes, about time. Proud and Powerful got an opportunity at the tag team titles. And so this is going to actually be a rematch. It's going to be a rematch between Proud and Powerful and the Young Bucks, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Proud and Powerful beat the Bucks? When they first showed up in AEW, didn't they beat the Bucks? Wasn't it at Full Gear in 2019? I think that what it was, before the Bucks even became a champion. Became tag team champions. Proud and Powerful, they beat the Bucks. So yeah, this is gonna be a rematch, but this time for the championships. And so yeah, I don't think Proud and Powerful will win. They're not gonna win this match because they fighting Jericho and MJF for the titles at Revolution. So it's not gonna make any sense to take the titles off of the Bucks. And so yeah, that's what I think. The Bucks gonna they're gonna continue to be champions. Who they drop the championships to, I don't know. Maybe the Good Brothers. I think the Good Brothers will win the championships. But yeah, that was it with the Bucks. And right after this, we had another interview, and it was Dasha Gonzalez. She interviews Hangman Adam Page, and this is what Paige had to say.
After you teamed teamed up with Matt Hardy last week. You two were victorious. Does that mean that we could possibly have a tag team in the making?
No. I've done the whole thing.
Look, I get it.
Matt
Dasha,
Hardy.
look, I get it. You don't want to be in a tag team, but it's undeniable. The two of us together, we're special. We're special. Look, at least let me take you out and let's celebrate our huge, majestic win last week. Look, I've got a bar. I've rented out all night, just you and I. We have the whole place to ourselves. Drink all you want. Tabs on me. It's a big money night. You in?
Yeah, if it's on you, yeah.
Everything
Sure.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Hey, I'll meet you.
Okay, cool. No, I'm gonna go get my phone real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. See ya.
Paige runs into the Dark Order.
Hangman,
Hey, yeah,
right?
It's just we were gonna go. Sorry, Matt. We were gonna go. I'm gonna go to the bar with Matt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
of course.
Invite me. Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe I'll catch you on the flip.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
And so yeah, that was it from Paige. You know, Matt Hardy inviting him to the bar, you know, paying for his drinks. And at that point I was like, man, Matt Hardy, he is up to something. He is up to something. And so yeah, right after this we had a match, a one-on-one match. It was Pac with Rey Fenix in his corner versus the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, who is the brother of Dolph Ziggler. And so yeah, this is a slow-paced match. This match was all Pac. You know, Pac, he was on the offensive move the entire time. Nemeth, he tries to fight back, but you know, it didn't work out. So yeah, Pac, you know, taking his time, beating up Nemeth, gives him a snap suplex, gives him a missile drop kick, and then, you know, Nemeth, he fights back. He gives Pac a drop kick, follow up by a DDT, a wicked DDT. And then, you know, Pac, he fights back. He delivers a black arrow, follow up by the Brutalizer, his submission move, the Brutalizer. And so Nemeth, he taps out, and Pac, he wins. He wins the match. And that was it. That was it from Pac and Ryan Nemeth. And so, yeah, right after that, we had a video package. It was Kip Sabian and Miro. They were talking about what happened last week in their wedding. You know, them not being happy on what happened. How, you know, how the best friends ruined their wedding and stuff like that. And that was it. Nobody cares. And so, yeah, right after this, we had another interview from Dasha and Gonzalez. She interviews the Inner Circle before their match. And this is what they had to say.
Standing by here with the Inner Circle. Now, Chris, it appears we're missing a few members here.
Don't worry about missing a few members. MJF is going to be out here. I'm sure he's warming up for the match because that's what number one contenders do. We're always prepared. You found Max. He was in the trainer's room, right?
And MJF have taped ribs.
Sammy sucker punched me right in the ribs for no reason. He's an animal. He's an animal. Look what he did to me. What are you talking about? I think he broke my ribs, Chris. Where's Sammy now? I don't know. You think I know? Okay, he's a maniac. All right, we got a match to worry about. We'll worry about this later.
So yeah, that was it from the Inner Circle. They preview interview before their match. And speaking of the Inner Circle, it was MJF and Chris Jericho with the entire Inner Circle in their corner, minus Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara, he was not out there. Versus the Acclaim. That's Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. And, you know, I love the Acclaim. I love them right now. They doing the best right now. They're doing their best work right now. The Acclaim, you know, the character. I love the character. Them coming out rapping to the ring and all that stuff. I love it. So yeah, this was actually a heel versus heel match. So it was two heels going at it. So yeah, at first, you know, MJF and Jericho, they were the baby faces at first, starting off the match, and then they turned into the heels. You know, the Acclaim, they became the baby faces after the match, or towards the end of the match. And so yeah, MJF, his ribs bother him in a match. And then we had a double team move to Jericho from the Acclaim. And then the Acclaim, they target MJF's ribs. They're going after the ribs. And then, you know, MJF, he tries to fight back. He pokes Caster in the eye. Of course, MJF would do something like that. And we had a double flapjack to Caster from Jericho and MJF. We had a belly-to-back suplex to Caster from Jericho. And then, you know, at one point, Caster, he was outside of the ring. He was thrown outside the ring. And we had the rest of the Inner Circle. They beat up Caster outside of the ring. Referee didn't see it. and we had a hot tag. Well, before the hot tag, they had MJF. He had the abdominal stretch locked in onto Caster. Yeah, he had the abdominal stretch on Caster, and so Jericho he was on the other side. You know, he was behind the rope. You know, he was in his corner, and so he grabbed Jericho's hand for leverage, and so you know this was hurting Bowens, not Bowens. It was hurting Caster, and so referee see it, and then referee kicked MJF's hands off of Jericho. You know, to break up break up them holding hands. And so we had a hot tag to Anthony Bowens. He delivered a drop kick to Jericho. And then at one point we had Ortiz. He gets on a ring apron, try to get involved in the match. Bowens take him out. And then we had Max Caster. Caster, he absolutely blasted Jericho with that boombox. Blasted him with the boombox when Jericho was going for the lion salt. You know, Caster, he hit Jericho with the boombox. And so, yeah, he go for the cover. He went for the cover. He kicks out. Jericho kicks out of that. And so, yeah. And then we had the Acclaim. They try to go for their tag team finishing move. And so Jake Hager, from behind, he knocks Bowens off the top rope. He knocks Bowens off the top rope behind the referee back. Referee did not see it. And then we had Jericho. Jericho, he gives Max Caster the Judas effect. And so, yeah, Jericho, he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And MJF and Jericho, they win the match. And so, yeah, right after that, you know, the Inner Circle, they're celebrating because they won the match. And then Sammy Guevara, he interrupted the celebration. And, you know, and he grabs the microphone and he tells Jericho, you know, Jericho is asking him, hey, man, what's going on? First off, you showing up late to our match. You know, what's going on, dude? And so Sammy, he was like, dude, I told you in December, if one more thing happened, like if something else happened within this group with MJF, then I'm quitting. Now I'm out of the Inner Circle. And so he told Jericho, he was like, hey man, I'm telling you this right now. I quit the Inner Circle. And so, you know, the entire Inner Circle, they was like, what? Like, Sammy, what are you doing? MJF is the only person that didn't care. When you go back and watch MJF's face. MJF did not care. And so, yeah, Sammy, he walks away. He walks out of the ring. And then, you know, he didn't walk through the heel tunnel. He walked through the babyface tunnel. So Sammy Guevara, he walks through the babyface tunnel. So he's turning into a babyface, turning to a good guy. And so, yeah, Sammy Guevara, he is on his own. But this time he's going to be a babyface. And so, yeah, and then right after this, speaking of Sammy Guevara, we had Alex Marvez. He tries to get a word with Sammy Guevara. And so, yeah, he was walking away. He was walking away from the arena. He was outside. He was trying to leave. And so Marvez, he tried to ask him a question. And so, yeah, Guevara, he said that he needed time away from this. He needed time away from this place. And so he left. He walked away and left the building. And so, yeah, that was it from Sammy Guevara and him quitting the Inner Circle. And so, yeah, right after this, we had a backstage video, of Matt Hardy and Hangman Adam Page and at the bar. And this is what happened.
So it turns out it was Clinton Houston the whole time.
Yeah, that's amazing. God, you're hilarious. Oh man, I'm still buzzing off our win last week. I don't think I'm buzzing like you are. I mean, you're putting them down.
I doubt it.
Let's have a shot. Hey man, as a team, as a combo, we're magic. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ugh.
Man, I've had a great time with you, and I know you don't want to be a tag team guy, but I think I could make you the #1 wrestler in the entire pro wrestling industry.
Yeah.
I think you could dominate AEW, and you could become richer than your wildest dreams.
Oh, really?
I think we have so much chemistry together. If you would just look at my deal and sign, I think I could make you millions upon millions of dollars for a small percentage, only 30% of your earnings. But I mean, when you make that much money, what's the difference?
You know what? I think you're right.
You drunk.
I think you're right.
You drunk. He don't even know what's going on.
You know, Matt, I think you're right.
You do? Great. I'm glad you're seeing the light.
You got a pen?
Yes, of course. I do.
Okay, great.
Of course. Hey, just take a look at that.
Sure, yeah.
The reason why I wanted you here, cameraman, is to document this. When he sobers up, he might be angry, but it is now officially on record.
You gotta sign that bad boy too.
Of course, yeah. I will execute this contract, and now it is so and so. You are going to be a billionaire.
Oh,
a billionaire. You know what, man? Thank you so much. Enjoy this night. Have a great time. I gotta go.
I think I will.
Thank you, Adam.
See you, Matt. Let me get one more of these, I think.
So yeah, that was it from Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy and Hangman Adam Page. They were at the bar. Hangman drunk. You know, Matt Hardy, he got Hangman to sign some papers. So yeah, I knew Hardy, he was up to something. You know, he used Hangman Adam Page weakness against him. You know, because he know that Adam Hangman Page is an alcoholic. And so yeah, he used that to get Hangman Adam Page to sign with him. So yeah, that was it from Matt Hardy. And so yeah, right after this we had Tony Schiavone. He introduces Sting to the ring. And so yeah, Sting, he comes out to the ring entrance. You know, it's snowing. He have his baseball bat. He have his gear on. You know, Sting, he doesn't even get a chance to talk. He didn't even get a chance to talk. And so yeah, Team Taz, they interrupted via satellite. And they were showing up in the SUV. They were in the SUV. Him and Will Hobbs and Brian Cage and Ricky Starks and Hook. And so we had Darby Allin. He was in a body bag, tied up behind the truck, the SUV. And so yeah, he was in a body bag. They zipped him up in a body bag, and they drove off, dragging Darby Allin's body on the ground while he was tied to the body bag behind the car. So yeah, they drove off, and that was it. And Sting, he went to the back. He ran to the back, you know, to try to catch up with him. And so yeah, that was it from Team Taz and Sting. And right after this, we had an interview from Alex Marvez. He interviews Kenny Omega at a golf course, of all places. A golf course. And this is what happened.
Kenny. Hey, sorry to interrupt.
Is that who I think it is? Alex Marvez.
Yeah.
At the golf course. Look, enough. No talking. And not when I'm golfing, okay? So you just sit back and you watch this shot, huh? Oh, look at that, huh? Okay, what is it? Get off your chest. Get off your chest, Marvez.
Kenny, what are you doing out here? I mean, tonight, in the main event of Dynamite, you and a guy who may not even like you, in KENTA, someone that you don't team with regularly, facing Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, Falls Count Anywhere, shouldn't you be prepping for this match instead of playing golf?
Let me clarify something. Let me get one thing straight. We're talking about professional wrestling, right? We're talking about the thing that I've already been proven at being the best of all time in? I mean, I've got the resume to prove it. So what did you expect me to be doing? Huddled around a TV screen with Don Callis, studying my opponents, studying my partner? No! I'm here at one with nature, clearing my mind, clearing my thoughts, getting myself prepared spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I've forgotten what it's like to lose, Alex Marvez. And just like the past 15 matches I've had in AEW, I'm not going to lose today. And I'm not going to lose, and I'm not going to miss. Just like today, and just like tonight. I got it in, right? I got it in, right?
He didn't get it in. You saw
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Hey, I'm going to put on a show tonight. You sit back and you watch a show. Until later on, goodbye, mwah, and good night. Jeez, another eagle, Don? You kidding me? Hey, whoa, hey.
We saw him in the background kick the ball into the hole. He didn't make it.
Let's go. Let's take a walk. Guys, could I get a ride?
We'll talk to you later, Marvez.
Exercise,
See you next time, buddy.
And that was it from Kenny Omega. And so yeah, right after this we had a match, but this time from the women. And it was the AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. And it was legit Layla Hirsch versus Thunder Rosa. So yeah, this is a good match, a great match. We had a running senton bomb to Hirsch. Hirsch kicks out. And then we had Hirsch. She uses her amateur wrestling background, to fight Thunder Rosa. We had a springboard tilt-a-whirl head scissors to Thunder Rosa, followed up by a tope suicida to Thunder Rosa. And we had a neck breaker. We had a neck breaker on the rope to Layla Hirsch. And then at this point, we had Hirsch and Rosa. They were trading strikes. They were going back and forth with with strikes. We had a shotgun drop kick to Layla Hirsch in the corner. Hirsch kicks out. We had 2 German suplexes to Thunder Rosa. We had a diving crossbody to Rosa. Rosa kicks out. We had Hirsch. He tries to go for the moonsault. Rosa gets the knees up. And we had knee strikes to Thunder Rosa from Hirsch. And we had the Thunder Driver. The Thunder Driver to Layla Hirsch to win. So yeah, Thunder Rosa, she wins the match and she advances to the next round of the tournament. And so yeah, that was it with the women's match. Thunder Rosa is my pick. Thunder Rosa is my pick to win the whole entire tournament. And so yeah, right after this, we had an interview from Tony Schiavone. He interviews Jungle Boy of the Jurassic Express. And he talks about Dax Harwood. And this is what he had to say. And FTR.
Jungle Boy's time here this week. If you'll recall, it was a week ago, Tag Team Battle Royal. FTR had been suspended, not able to compete because of what they did the week before to Jurassic Express. And then we find out later in the show that they had kidnapped Marco's son. The good news is Marco's okay.
Yes.
But Jungle Boy, you wanted some time to speak on this, so go ahead. The time's yours, buddy.
Well, thank you. As much as I like talking to you, I want to talk directly to FTR. Dax, 2 weeks ago we had a match that everybody's been talking about. And I've had a lot of matches. But I've never been in a fight like that. Dax, you slapped me in the face so hard I had to put my hands on the ground and collect myself. But the important part of that was that I came out on top. And not only did I come out on top, I came out a different man. And I beat you. I tapped you out in front of the world. So, no, we didn't tell on you. We didn't want you suspended. We wanted you right here to look you in the eyes. And when we get that opportunity, Dax, I'm going to make you my bitch.
Ooh. So, yeah, that was it from Jungle Boy. And so, yeah, next week's show. Our show for next week, we got... Let's see. Yeah, for next week, we have FTR. That's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler with Tully Blanchard in their corner versus Matt and Mike Seidel next week. And then we have Hangman Adam Page, Matt Hardy, and Private Party versus the Hybrid 2. That's Jack Evans and Angelico and Chaos Project. That's Serpentico and Dr. Luther. That's next week. And then next week we have Sting. He calls out Team Taz for what they did to Darby Allin tonight. And then next week we have Serena Deeb, who is the NWA Women's Champion, versus Riho next week in the AEW Eliminators Tournament, AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament. And then we have the Young Bucks, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's Matt and Nick Jackson versus Proud and Powerful of the Inner Circle. That's Santana and Ortiz. And that's next week. They might add more matches, but those are the matches for next week. And right after this was the main event, which was the best part of the show. The best part of the show. It was a Falls Count Anywhere match. It was KENTA, who is the IWGP United States Challenger, the IWGP US Championship Challenger, who has the briefcase, and Kenny by God Omega, who is the AEW World Champion, with Don Callis in his corner on commentary. And yes, we finally got the entrance. We got the entrance with the dancing women with the broom, and him coming out, with the shadow, him showing his shadow and stuff. So yeah, it was Kenta and Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley, the IWGP United States Champion, and Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Roberts in his corner. And so yeah, we had, they were standing in four corners of the ring. They were all standing in four corners. Looked like it could have been a fatal four-way match. And so yeah, we had Kenta. He absolutely blasted Jon Moxley with that briefcase to start the match. And we had a Kataru Crusher to Archer from Omega. We had kicks and chops to Moxley from Omega and Kenta. We had a pounce to Omega from Archer. And at this point, we had, Moxley and Kenta, they were going back and forth. we had a trash can. Somebody brought a trash can in, and Omega he brought a trash can in. He hits Moxley with the trash can, and Omega he goes for the "You Can't Escape," his "You Can't Escape" to Jon Moxley, followed up by his moonsault with the trash can on top of Moxley. And then we had a corner drop kick to Moxley with a trash can, from Kenta. Moxley kicks out, and then Lance Archer he brings in a ladder. He takes out Kenta and Omega. We had a tope suicida to Kenta from Jon Moxley. And then at one point we had Lance Archer. He throws Omega not through the ladder, but on the ladder, on top of the ladder. He bounced right off that ladder. So that had to hurt. And we had a knee strike to Moxley from Kenta. Moxley he was sitting down, and then Kenta he just ran with a knee strike. And then we had a GTS. They were fighting in the crowd. Everybody that was fighting in the crowd, we had a GTS. They'll go to sleep to Peter Avalon from Kenta. Because Avalon he got in the way. And then we had Archer. He threw Omega through through Peter Avalon's bed. And so, yeah, so the bed is broken. And and then we had Moxley and Kenta. They were fighting in the kitchen. They brought it backstage. They were fighting in the kitchen. And yeah, Kenta on top. They were standing on top of the kitchen tables, and then Kenta he hit Jon Moxley with a DDT right on top of the tables. And so, yeah, and then he locks in a crossface on Moxley, and then Lance Archer he came out of nowhere and hits, he hit Kenta with a box of potatoes, breaking up the submission move. And then we had, a kendo stick. They brought it back to the ring. We had a kendo stick to Omega from Jon Moxley. Kenny Omega he hits Jon Moxley with a V trigger. And we had another V trigger to Jon Moxley outside of the ring. And then, they were fighting near the commentary table where Don Callis was, and, Excalibur, JR, and Tony Schiavone, where they were. And we had Archie, he tries to powerbomb, Kenta through the table. And so Kenta, he fought out of it. He fought out of the powerbomb, and he ran and jumped off the stage and dove, foot stomp on Moxley through the table. So the table broken. And we had a choke slam. Yeah, he had a choke slam to Omega from Archer, followed up by Old School, turned into a moonsault from Archer to Omega. Omega kicks out. And then right after that, we had the Good Brothers. We had Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. They came out. They interfered in the match. No disqualification. Anything goes. We had Jake the Snake Roberts. He got involved too. Trying to help out Archer. He gave Anderson a short arm clothesline, and then he got taken out by Gallows. Jake Roberts, he got taken out by Gallows. And we had Moxley, he brought in his barbed wire bat and hit Omega with it, and hit, Anderson and Gallows with it. And we had a GTS. We had a go to sleep to Moxley from Kenta. And we had, Kenta and Omega, they were, double teaming Archer. They gave him a double low blow. So that's two kicks to the nuts. And then we had a magic killer. We had a magic killer from the Good Brothers to Archer. And then right after that, we had a V trigger. So yeah, the Good Brothers, they hit the magic killer on Archer, and then Omega he hits the V trigger on Archer. And then right after that, we had the one-winged angel to Archer. Archer is a big dude, so it was not easy picking up Archer. So Gallows and Anderson, they helped Kenny Omega pick up Lance Archer to deliver the one-winged angel. And so Kenny Omega, he hit Archer with the one-winged angel, and he pins Lance Archer 1, 2, 3. So that means Kenny Omega and Kenta, they won the match. And man, this is a fun match. I love this match. This is the best. I'm gonna say this again. This is the best part of the show. The best match of the show. The best part of the show. This is an awesome main event. Great show. Great matches. This is a fun show. Really fun show. And this match right here, man, this is absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem. And so yeah, that was it. Overall it was a great show. Fun show. Awesome main event. It's just a great show. Great show. And so yeah, that's it. That's it with the AEW Dynamite review on D Ryan Awesome Show for February 10th, 2021. And if you like this video, what are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, there's a bell right next to that subscribe button. You click on that bell, and when you click on that bell, you'll be the first person to know when my next video will come out. Comment down below, tell me how you felt about AEW Dynamite. Comment down below, like this video, share this video with each and every single person that you come in contact with on a day-to-day basis. And follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT. I will be reviewing NXT. NXT did come on tonight. Did not get a chance to watch it because I don't watch NXT live. So I'm going to watch it on Thursday. I'm watching it on Thursday night, and I'm going to review it. So the video going to be out on Friday. So I will be doing NXT. And then I'll see you guys on Saturday for No Surrender, for Impact Wrestling, for No Surrender, their pay-per-view. And then I'll see you on Sunday for NXT Vengeance Day, NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. So yeah, it's a lot of content for this week. And, you know, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. And so, yeah, man, stay safe, take care. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. And that's that.